Hey everyone, welcome back to Subject Zero. Today we are going to go over supplements. What I take, why I take it, when I take it, where I get it from. We're going to go over all of that. Now there's a lot to go over here, so we're actually going to split this one up into two separate parts to make it a little easier to absorb. See what I did there? To absorb. Like supplements. Okay, now full disclosure, I was not asked or paid to promote any of these items. In fact, I paid full price for all of these. That being said, I will have links to everything we talk about here in the description below the video, and if you click through that link and make a purchase, I do get a little bit of the proceeds from each of those sales, which helps me out. So if you feel like making a purchase through those items, great. If not, don't worry about it. Do whatever is best for you. Up first, melatonin. Now, I just started taking melatonin, and I use the Now brand at 5 milligrams per dose. I use this brand because, well, I'm cheap. Some things you have to pay more for, as you'll see a little later, but melatonin is not one of those things. So why did I start taking melatonin? Well, several reasons. First, my sleep quality has always sucked, and that affects your mood and your overall productivity. But since I started taking this melatonin, my sleep quality has drastically improved, and I have the data to back that up. And I have the data to back that up via the app with my Fitbit. Now, if you don't have something that helps you track your sleep quality, and by that, I don't just mean how much sleep you're getting, but how much time you spend in each stage of sleep, then I highly recommend you get something to help you do so. With this thing, I have been able to fine-tune my sleep and make significant increases in my overall sleep quality. Now, I'll link the one that I use below in the description, but anything you have that helps you track your sleep and your sleep quality will do the trick. The best thing about this is it helps me track my sleep, how much of it is light sleep, how much of it is REM sleep, and how much of it is deep sleep. There were times before I started taking the melatonin that I would get a full 8 hours of sleep, but it would almost all be light sleep with maybe 30 minutes each of REM and deep sleep. That's not enough. REM sleep is important because it helps with learning and with your overall mood. You ever wake up cranky in the morning? It's possible that your sleep quality wasn't that great and you just weren't getting enough REM sleep. What about deep sleep, you ask? Wow, thank you for asking. You're such a good listener. Deep sleep is important for a variety of reasons, including the fact that it's when your body repairs itself. If you watched my last video, you'll remember how we discussed a recent study where researchers were able to remove roughly 2.5 years off the average age of all of the participants. And they did that using a combination of metformin, DHEA, and human growth hormone. Now, you cannot get human growth hormone legally in the United States. So if you're going to try and replicate the results of that study, you've got to get your HGH somewhere else. Man. If only we knew of some magical way to just create our own human growth hormone. Oh, that's right. The human body naturally produces human growth hormone. It does so during exercise and when you sleep, specifically during deep sleep. Now, since I started taking this melatonin supplement, my average deep sleep has increased from maybe 30 minutes a night to 2 hours per night. That is a significant increase in deep sleep. Not only that, but melatonin also has been shown to increase HGH production levels all by itself. So, basically, melatonin equals human growth hormone. So when do I take this? About 30 minutes before bedtime, but mostly because it knocks me out. All right, next up, vitamin D3. Now, I take 5,000 IUs of vitamin D3 daily. You'll notice this one says it's made with coconut oil. That's because vitamin D3 can't be absorbed very well without fat. The coconut oil in the capsules helps make sure your body absorbs more of the vitamins. So why do I take it? Because my vitamin D levels were way lower than they should have been on all of the blood work I had done at the beginning of this process. Now, this isn't surprising. For one, I'm genetically predisposed to vitamin D3 deficiencies according to my genetic reports. But also, most people are vitamin D deficient. That's because we usually get vitamin D from the sun, and, the sun's outdoors, away from air conditioning and television. Yeah. Now, I take this at around 1 or 2 p.m. whenever I finally break my fast. I like to take it earlier in the day because vitamin D has been linked to lower melatonin levels and poor sleep quality when taken at night. So, earlier in the day it is. All right, next up is Garlicin. Garlicin is a garlic supplement. I take garlic supplements because it's really helpful in keeping vampires at bay. And that's very important if you're a fat guy because we're basically like supersized bags of deliciousness to those guys. I suggest that you take it with holy water if you have a steady supply of it. If not, spring water will work.
Come here, fat man. I want to suck your blood. Ugh, is that garlic?
Okay, so it's not for vampires. Really, I started taking garlic supplements when I first read Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Body, in which case he recommends it as part of PAG. PAG, P-A-G-G, is a supplement stack that Tim recommends, and the first G in PAG stands for garlic. Garlic has been shown to improve cholesterol, among other things, but the main reason Tim recommends it is for fat-burning potential. He actually recommends taking between 200 milligrams and 650 milligrams 4 times per day. I take it for the same reasons he talks about, but I just take this one 350 milligram dose once per day. I may increase it again in the future though. Now another PAG supplement that I take is EGCG, or green tea extracts. EGCG is a flavanol found in green tea. Tim recommends 325 milligrams 3 times per day for its role in reducing storage of excess carbohydrates as body fat and increases in apoptosis of mature fat cells, meaning it helps mature fat cells to kill themselves off. I just take the one 400 milligram dose per day and I take it with my lunch. Even decaffeinated green tea extract has some caffeine in it, and it's been shown to disrupt sleep quality if taken too late in the day, so I try and get it in as early as I can. Now, the last 2 PAG supplements that Tim recommends are polycosanol and alpha-lipoic acid. I'm not currently taking either, but I have in the past, and I may start again in the near future. I'll go ahead and link them in the description below in case you're interested. You can see which ones I take when I am taking them. The last 2 supplements I'm going to cover in this first video are a multivitamin and an omega-3 fatty acid. When choosing a multivitamin, I don't recommend you go cheap. Cheap multivitamins have a tendency to create expensive urine because your body doesn't absorb the actual vitamins in the supplement. I'd rather pay more for something my body will use than less for something that it won't. That's especially important with B12 from supplements because that one is especially difficult to absorb. And B12 is important to me because metformin, which we'll discuss in part 2 of these videos, has in some rare cases been known to cause B12 deficiencies. Now, I take this at lunchtime because, like a lot of things we've discussed, it can cause some sleep quality issues if you take it too late in the day. Now, omega-3s are another one that you do not want to go cheap on. Cheap fish oil pills may get the job done, but they're torture. Unless you're dating a cat, fish burps are not sexy at all. Now, I take Onnit brand krill oil instead of traditional fish oils. I prefer krill oil because studies have shown that the omega-3s in krill oil are more easily absorbed by the intestines. Omega-3s are important for a ton of reasons, including heart health, mental well-being, weight loss, depression, and much, much more. Krill oil has also been proven to act as a natural free radical scavenger and have less toxins than traditional fish oils. Onnit makes this krill oil. That's the company owned by Joe Rogan and Aubrey Marcus, and they make really high quality products. It's a little pricey, but your lack of fish burps will thank you. All right, that's it for part 1 of this 2-parter series on supplements. These focus mostly on items for general health and fat burning, but make sure you tune in for video 2 of this series where we specifically discuss medicines and supplements that I take for longevity purposes. In the meantime, give me a like and a subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications of when new videos are uploaded, and leave me a shout out in the comments. Today's question: are there any supplements that you take or recommend that I didn't mention in this video? If so, list it in the comments and tell me why you recommend it. That's it for now. See you in part 2. Later, guys.